The Babylon Bees Top 10
Ready?
Video Games.
Go!
Top video game of all time.
Of all time, number
And then,
10.
well, these are sometimes you got just for context. These are sometimes they're games that have a personal meaning to us. Not necessarily we're saying that these are the 10 best ever. They are our 10 favorites.
Mine are the best 10 ever.
Well, mine is the definitive list, true. But go ahead.
Number 10 is Elden Ring.
Wrong. Instantly.
As we said, wrong.
So good.
My number 10 is Command and Conquer Red Alert 2, which was a fantastic real-time strategy game. I played the crap out of it. My parents banned me from playing it anymore because I would get home from school and play it for 8 hours and then go to bed.
Unfortunately, this one kind of went under the radar, but it's beyond good and evil.
Always wanted to try it, never got to.
It was a fantastic little game that combined espionage with action and photography.
That's pretty much your life anyway. Okay. Dan, what is your number 10?
Number 10 for me on this very prestigious list is Rocket League. Now, Rocket League is fast-paced. It's the only sports game on my list, and it made it just because of how insane it is.
Number 9 is The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask.
Ooh, controversial choice. My number 9 is Doom Eternal, which is the most recent Doom game, and it's one of the games that's just one of the best shooter games.
My number 9 is Half-Life 2, and this is a threefer because it includes Half-Life 2 Part 1 and Half-Life 2 Part 2.
All right, number 9 for me, Super Metroid.
Nice.
One of the classic, just 2D scrolling games.
Number 8 for me is Half-Life 2. Pretty much the exact same reasons as Brandon.
Another great pick. My number 8 is Metroid Prime for the GameCube.
My number 8, we're on 8? Yeah.
Yes.
The Portal series. But if,
One of them.
okay, Portal 2. Are you happy? You happy,
I am
Travis?
happy.
Number 8 is StarCraft. So if you're gonna play one real-time strategy game, it's gotta be StarCraft.
What's your number 7?
Number 7 is Resident Evil Uno, the original.
In Spanish.
Yes.
In Spanish, only in
translation.
Spanish.
My number 7 is The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I've always enjoyed the Elder Scrolls series. Morrowind, to me, was the one that, when I booted that up on my PC and I walked outside of after you make your character and you walk outside of the little prison thing, and I'm like, I can go anywhere.
All right, mine next on my list is Dr. Mario,
Oh, great pick.
which is, I mean, it's a classic that will stand the test of time until eternity.
All right, number 7, TIE Fighter.
Oh, great pick.
Now,
Great pick.
I was really into flight simulators as a kid. You know, the geeky kid with his PC and the joystick.
Number 6, Metal Gear Solid.
My number 6 is Chrono Trigger. Chrono, I don't know.
All right, my number 6 is Fallout 3. Are you happy, Travis?
Yeah.
I chose a number.
Instead of saying Fallout series.
Number 6, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Good pick.
Out of all of the 2D Mario games, that is the best. People argue Super Mario World, not even close. Super Mario Brothers 3.
Number 5, Silent Hill 2.
So you're a PlayStation kid.
No,
No.
I was a Silent Hill kid.
Okay. My number 5 is Left 4 Dead 2, which I have logged something like 800 Steam hours on.
My number 5 is Knights of the Old Republic.
Great pick. Great pick.
Number 5, The Legend of Zelda, the original from
wow.
NES.
What's your number 4, Travis?
Number 4 is The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Which is... Stop making those noises.
I'm interested.
He's having a moment. Yeah.
My number 4 is Super Smash Bros. Melee. My favorite of the Smash Bros. Series, thousands of hours logged.
My number 4 is Pokemon Blue.
Another good pick.
Pokemon Blue. It's the one that started it all, and of course, Blue's the one that I chose.
Number 4, FTL. Faster Than Light.
Jinx.
It's so...
Did you guys both just say, faster than light?
It's so amazingly good. The narrative of
great
like you have these crew members and this spaceship, and you've got to get from here to here, and you want to go to as many places as you can to get more stuff, to upgrade stuff. But there's also a timer. If you wait too long, you're gonna lose.
Number 3 is Super Mario 64. Woohoo!
Is Chris Pratt in the room?
Wow, that sounded just like him. My number 3 is Half-Life 2, but not for the reasons these guys said.
Oh. Moving on.
Wait, what's your reason?
I agree with you guys. I hated your reasons.
He just
no, I'm just
loves
kidding.
Gordon
Half-Life 2 was the
Freeman.
last game, I think the last game that I like lined up for outside the game store.
My number 3 is Breath of the Wild.
Good pick.
It's a fantastic game that Dan is in the middle of playing right now. And I think I was like 75 hours in before I even beat the first like dungeon proper. I was having fun just fishing with bombs and throwing bombs at pigs. Mostly things that have to do with bombs that I was
Love
thrilled
Breath
with.
of the Wild. Great pick. Great pick. Dan, number 3.
Number 3, Sim City.
OG.
The original.
OG. It was like the first game I played that was like I could simulate an entire city. It's so fantastic.
I can
As it
control
says on
everything.
the cover, I was able to simulate. Yes.
My number 2 game is GoldenEye.
That was one of the first games where it was like 4 people up all night
On a console.
on a
specifically.
console, and you're just duking it out. It was so good.
We didn't even care about the score to the point where it was like we would play where if somebody dies, like you get shot, whatever, you just the next person swap
Yeah.
the controller. Like that was just we didn't even care. My number 2 is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. You guys have already mentioned it. We talk about defining gaming moments, walking out of that first cave and looking out at the world. And I know they do kind of gate it where you have to beat that Great Plateau, but looking out and going, "That's Death Mountain. I can walk there from here." Was just
My number 2 is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
it's the Game Boy
Pick.
one. Yes.
That's a good pick.
That was one of the first, I think it's one of the first games I purchased on Game Boy.
Dan, what is your number 2?
My number 2, Sid Meier's Civilization. I feel like
The
that-
original.
Well, I'll say the original for my list. At the time, there was nothing like that, and Sid Meier is kind of like one of my video game design heroes. He's such a cool guy to read about.
All right, we're on to our number 1 of all time.
Number 1 is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
My number 1 is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
My number 1 is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Boy, Dan's going to feel left out if he didn't pick it.
Hat trick.
Absolutely. I mean, the amount of detail, the amount of emotion, the soundtrack. I remember flipping through pages of Nintendo Power prior to the game's release and seeing those chunky, blocky graphics and thinking, this is so real. This is so real. How far we have come as a generation.
Dan, what was your number 1?
Number 1, Legend of Zelda:
He's going to say Link to the Past. Watch this.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I didn't realize you hadn't listed it yet. I thought you'd already listed it.
So I was having a hard time writing my list of top 10 games, and it very quickly became like, here's a list of like Legend of Zelda video games, and I didn't want to do that, so I kind of picked Breath of the Wild as the ultimate 3D Zelda experience.
All right, well, this has been the end of our top video game segments, so go play all of those games
Every single one of them.
all the time.
Except for Elden Ring.
Hey you! Are you enjoying these videos? Then I have a loose suggestion for you. Why don't you like it? Comment and hit the subscribe button. In fact, even if you didn't like this video, I strongly suggest that you do it. It's not a threat. I'm not pressuring you. You just have to do it.